Now, if reports are to be believed, HSBC Holdings, the world's 9th largest bank, is planning to cut up to 10,000 jobs as part of its cost-cutting initiative. Ever since Noel Quinn took over as the interim chief executive officer in the month of August this year, HSBC has set itself on a path of fiscal trimming. This followed the exit of John Flint as the CEO following differences with chairman Mark Tucker. Many insiders suggest that one of the sticking points between the two men was the company's approach to cost-cutting. The company is likely to announce the job cut when it releases its third-quarter results later this month. The trimming down will supposedly happen at the top tier, with the job cuts focusing mostly on high-paid roles. HSBC had also announced earlier that they would let go of 4,000 employees this year due to a gloomy business atmosphere. The lenders' problems have compounded in the recent times. There has been no headway in the trade war between the US and China. Brexit is currently set on a collision course, and major markets such as Hong Kong have been rocked by protests. Away from that, to the US, where a second whistleblower has come forward with the first-hand knowledge of explosive allegations against US President Donald Trump that triggered the impeachment inquiry. In what could be a blow to Trump's repeated denials of wrongdoing over his phone call with his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky, the official is said to have already been interviewed by Michael Atkinson, the Inspector General of the US intelligence community. The news of the development was revealed by the attorney representing the whistleblower who first reported Trump's phone call with Zelensky, in which Trump asked Zelensky to investigate his rival and a potential 2020 presidential candidate, Joe Biden. According to the lawyer, the whistleblower has first-hand knowledge of allegations, while the previous whistleblower's complaint triggered an official impeachment inquiry in the lower chamber of the U.S. legislature. The Democrats have accused Trump of abusing his powers by suggesting in a July 25th phone call with Ukraine's president that the country investigate Joe Biden. Speaker Nancy Pelosi has said that the White House's initial efforts to suppress the contents of the call, as described in the whistleblower complaint, amounts to a cover-up. Seen years back, Donald Trump was just a real estate mogul and was endorsing a Republican lawmaker, Mitt Romney, to run for the White House. The two are now squaring off over Trump pushing Ukraine and China to investigate the family of former U.S. Vice President Joe Biden. Call it a way to divert attention, but Donald Trump has opened a new front in his impeachment battle. He is blasting Mitt Romney, still a prominent member of his party, for criticizing his push to get foreign nations to probe the Bidens. The U.S. president, who has already launched a stream of invectives at the Democrats and the U.S. media, has now called Romney pompous, saying that he has been fighting him from the beginning. The tweets are now on your screens. Trump says, and I quote him over here, "Romney is a fool for playing right into the hands of the do-nothing Democrats," unquote. He also said, and I quote again, "If Mitt worked this hard on Obama, he could have won. Sadly, he choked," unquote. The U.S. president even called for Romney's impeachment and said that the people of Utah made a mistake by voting for his fellow Republican. It's interesting to note here that U.S. lawmakers in the upper chamber of the legislature cannot be impeached, and Utah does not even have any provisions for recalling them. But why is Trump angry at a fellow Republican? Because Mitt Romney called the U.S. president's appeal to China and Ukraine to investigate Joe Biden wrong and appalling. Romney also said that Trump's push to probe his political opponent strains credibility, to suggest that it's nothing more than a politically motivated demand.
I did read the transcript. It remains troubling in the extreme. It's deeply troubling.
Remember, Democratic lawmakers in the lower chamber of the legislature are examining whether there are grounds to impeach Trump based on a whistleblower's complaint that said he asked the Ukraine's president to investigate the Joe Biden.
Very talented.
The probe could lead to the approval of articles of impeachment or formal charges against Trump, but a trial on whether to remove Trump from office would be held in the Republican-controlled upper chamber. A two-thirds majority of the lawmakers present would be needed to oust Trump, which means 20 Republicans would have to jump ship if all the Democrats and the two independents, who along with the Democrats have formed a united front. No visible cracks in Trump's firewall in the upper chamber so far, but Romney's willingness to step out of formation and criticize Trump over his calls for foreign investigations of a political opponent could act as a catalyst for others. Romney savaged Trump during the 2016 campaign too, calling him a con man who was unfit for presidency.